A Reddit poster boarded the plane with a backpack. Now, they checked their bag. They had a backpack and a bag. They checked their bag because they wanted to be able to put their backpack in the overhead bin and have more legroom in economy. Now, I didn't realize this was like a law of the world or something, but supposedly you're supposed to put your carry-on item, like, backpack, purse, whatever, under the seat in front of you, and then a suitcase would go in the overhead bin. Now, I'll be honest with you, I put both up there because I'm 6'5", and so if there's room, I will put both up there, and I'll just see if I can get away. I mean, I don't know. No one's ever said anything to me about it because I don't have any place to put my legs otherwise. So this person was thoughtful enough to say, I will pay to check my bag, but then I'm going to use the space that should be allotted to me for my suitcase to put my backpack. Well, that was a problem because another passenger then flagged a flight attendant, told on that person, and complained that they put a backpack in a space generally reserved for suitcases. The poster explained that they had paid to check their suitcase to enjoy extra legroom. Despite this, the other passenger went on a rant about respecting other people who needed the room overhead. A lot of debate in the comments. It turned out, though, that the flight attendant said, look, if there's no space left for bags, then you're going to have to take your backpack out of there and put it under the seat in front of you. I am of the opinion that this person was thoughtful enough to pay to check their bag to then be able to put their backpack in the overhead bin, and then they can have the legroom because technically they could have brought both. In theory, they could have had a backpack under the seat and a bag up in the thing, so that would have negated this whole argument. Right? Because if I had brought a bag and put it up there, well, then you don't have anything to say. I took the space. The space is gone. You can't have it. So what difference does it make how I use the space if it's allotted to me as a passenger, if I'm within the regulations?
I don't think it's your right as a passenger to have a certain amount of space, though. It's based on, so many other factors, like if other people have bags, and you're really not supposed to put carry-ons up there if there's not room. So I don't think it's my right as a passenger. I get this allotted amount of space in there, and no,
but it is my right as a passenger to carry a carry-on and a personal item. That is allowed. That is my right. It is stated as such. So then, so then if I don't bring one of those items. Because if I had brought both, I'm filling up both spaces and there's nothing to be said about it.
But I bring both all the time and they tell me, sorry, you're going to have to check that. There's no more room. And so I'm not it's not my right that it stays with me.
Right, but when she got on the plane, there was room. And there's a passenger who's now saying, no, you can't have that because this is how it's supposed to go down. It wasn't like she carried both the bags on. There was no room in anything. And they said, sorry. She was on the plane. There was room for everything. She did it. She put her backpack in the overhead bin, sat down. It was a passenger who came along later, who was later on in the flight process, who there was no room for her, who said, no, you have to move that down there so I can have the room to put it up there.
Did she have a suitcase or a carry-on that she was trying to put up there?
I guess it was a suitcase. But what difference does it make?
Trumps a carry-on. Because that's you're not supposed to put They ask any flight attendant, they'll say you should not put stuff like that up there if there is not room.
That's the whole point of the debate, is I only had one item. So if I only have one item, then why can't I put that up there? Because if I had two, I could put something up there.
Because all carry-ons have to be able to fit under your seat in case this happens.
I don't like it. What do you think? Kiki, you were saying something.
I was just asking for clarity because I've always thought that you have to put your carry-on, backpack, whatever it is, under your seat.
Yes.
And then if you have something with wheels or luggage or whatever, it goes in the overhead. That's what I thought.
If you have both, I completely agree. Yeah. But if you only had the one,
right,
and you also paid money so that you would only have one, then I don't know why I can't use the space that should be allotted for my suitcase, for my backpack, so I can stretch my legs out.
So I would have told her, look, sis, you want to put your luggage up there? Put it up there. And my carry-on, you're going to sit with it. you're going to hold it during the flight.
And then that will last for 2 seconds.
Since you want to move my stuff so that your stuff can go up there, even though I was Group B, and you were Group C, and my luggage with my little carry-on was already in the overhead. So if you want to take it down. It's going to sit with you. And put it under your seat.
Yeah, why don't we cram it in there next to yours? Yeah, there you go.
Don't they even say it during the announcement? Carry-ons have to be able to go under in case this situation happens, and suitcases always trump carry-ons.
I've always heard that.
Yeah, they say during the announcements, if you have a backpack, don't put it above the seat.
Right, but I think they're assuming that you have both, is my point. I think they're assuming that you have everyone is allowed a carry-on and a personal item, right? So I think that they're assuming you have both. And if that's the case, you can't put both up there, because if everybody put both up there and nothing under the seat, then it wouldn't work. But my point is you only have one. So if I'm allowed to have each, then, and I only have one of the two, then why can't I then choose, especially if I made the effort to make sure that I only had one when I really have two, then why can't I choose where the one goes? Because if everybody on the plane is in fact allotted space in both, well then that's a you problem if you get on the plane late.
I don't think everybody's allotted space for both. There's so many times where there's not room for everybody's stuff.
But that's the point of what you were saying, though, is the under the seat and the overhead bin. If I don't have anything to put in under my seat, then I can put in an overhead bin.
Right, but it doesn't work like that. There's not room for both all the time, and there's not room for one all the time. If one can go under your seat, it has to go under your seat if there's not room.
Right, because it takes up space. Like your backpack is smaller than a suitcase, so now you're taking up space where a suitcase could go that doesn't fit under someone's seat because you want to put your backpack up there.
Well, then what I should have done is
under the seat.
I should have brought both, not paid for one, and then you would have been completely screwed.
But that's looking at an individual person. It's like a group effort.
That's so petty.
Right.
You know what? I'm bringing two next time.
You guys are saying
We all have to work together.
I'm allowed, but honestly, Caitlin, when you pack your bags, are you thinking about working together in the cabin? No, you're not.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You're bringing on the airplane what you're allowed to bring on the airplane.
I think about the weight of the airplane.
Same.
I'm thinking about
Stop it. Stop it.
You know what?
The last thing you're thinking about when you pack your bag is if Sally from Toledo is going to be able to get her
If someone has a suitcase, I will always move my stuff because that's what the flight attendants asked me to do.
Yes.
But
you don't think about the strollers before you be like, where's the strollers?
No,
Hey,
you
now,
paid
Kiki.
for one thing.
Stop that. Me and my stroller are going to get on this plane.
Right, you got to leave it.
Take the next one.
my point is, if I have two things, and then I insist on putting both of my things up there so that I have legroom, that's not okay. You can't do that. If I only have one thing,
yes,
then in theory I could have two, and then I take up more space that way.